Well, here we are with my first episode of Storytime with Charlie. That's what we're going to call this. Storytime with Charlie. And the first story I figured I'd tell is a fun story about going to Universal Studios. And, Universal Studios can be fun, right? So I'm hanging out with these guys. We're all about 17, 18. We used to go do some crazy stuff. And they're like, hey, on Thursday, let's go to Universal Studios. And the guys are all, yeah, that sounds like fun. I'm like, y'all a bunch of dorks. I am not going to Universal Studios on Thursday. Y'all can ride the tram by yourselves. I don't really want to do that. Well, they go at night. They go at night when Universal Studios is closed. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm down with that. Okay, because we were young. We were kids. We were 17. Don't recommend doing anything this stupid. Believe me, and you'll find out why. Well, there's rules. You have to be dressed in black, head to toe, black socks, black pants, black everything, right? You don't have everything black, you can't come. I swear, nowadays, somebody would be seeing something, saying something, because it looked like we were going to go rob something. I mean, if we would have been buying like pantyhose, the red flags would have gone off for sure. So anyway, we go to Universal Studios. We drive way up the back, way in the back, Barham, if you know the road, on the side, and you go up in the back, and there's houses, and there's a fire road that runs all the way behind the property on a big mountain with a bunch of bushes and stuff like that, rain gutters. So we park the car, shimmy under a fence. We're in Universal Studios. We're way in the back lot. So we're just cruising along, walking, trying to get to the action. We're going to end up in a neighborhood, like what I call a leave it to Beaver neighborhood. And then we're going to continue on. We're going to go to the Psycho House for sure. We all know where that is. And then from there, they're talking about going to see like King Kong or Jaws or something like that. I don't know if they were all there. I know Jaws was there, but I think King Kong might have been new. And I'm like, those are going to be inside buildings. And they're like, we can get in. I'm like, oh, there's going to be alarms and stuff. This is crazy. We have no ill will. No one's there to steal anything. No one's there to destroy anything. We're totally not supposed to be there. So we go down and we end up in between two houses on the Leave It to Beaver neighborhood. It's a perfect street with sidewalks, manicured houses, street lights, mowed grass. And it's just like, 10:30 at 11 o'clock at night. And so we start crossing the street one at a time. Boom, boom, boom. One guy, I'm glad I don't know his name because I would say it. He wore like hard shoes because he had to wear black. He wore like black dress shoes. So when he ran across, he was like, click, 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 click. And we're like, oh my God, this guy. So me and one guy were left on our side of the street. We hadn't crossed yet. I'm just going to say his name was Steve. And boom, we hear a car, freaking headlights coming down the road, man, toward us. So Steve and I are like looking back going, we go up that hill right there. We get right back to the car. Those guys are on the other side of the street. There's like four of them. The car pulls up, pulls into the driveway of the house across the street that they're hiding beside or behind probably by now. And he gets out of the driver's door, gets out, opens the passenger's door, takes what looks like, remember when you used to like recycle newspapers and have the brown paper bags from the store, from grocery store, and you'd fill it with newspapers. He picks up what looks like is that. And he walks up and sets it on the porch of the house. Gets back in the car and drives away. They know we're here. Okay? That was not for tomorrow. They weren't filming nothing. They're they already got us on sensors or cameras or something. For sure. No doubt in my mind. Well, he drives away. Steve and I are thinking about, well, I don't know if we talked about it. If his name was Steve at all. Me and Dude are thinking about bailing. Then Mr. Tough Guy, we'll call him Mr. Tough Guy. He just comes walking across the street real slow. We're like, get down, dude, get down. Maybe someone got out of the passenger side or something. Maybe that was like a setup. He's like, they didn't let anyone out of the car. And then he points and he goes, and that's not a real person. And we look up to this window, and there's a lit window with a person staring at us. And it wasn't a real person. It was like a dummy or something. It was pretty freaking scary. It was kind of cool, actually. That was quite a rush. So we continue. We we go on, we get with the guys, we cross the street, we're going around, we're looking at some houses. You know, there's like big, high ceilings. A lot of them were used for storage. Big, tall, A-frame tripod things with huge lights on them and stuff. Movie business stuff. So we're moving along as we go, and we saw a couple skunks running right past us. That was pretty cool. We're getting close to the Psycho House. I know we all know where the Psycho House is. I mean, when you're like 8 years old, if you were paying attention, like then whatever. So we're getting close to the Psycho House. There's a helicopter in the distance. The guy with the hard clicky shoes, he says, I know this would be crazy, but wouldn't it be crazy if that helicopter was for us? That helicopter, no sooner did he say that, did what I call a Vietnam swan dive. No offense, but a lot of helicopter pilots are Vietnam pilots because you can't just learn how to fly a helicopter. You learn usually in wars and stuff. This helicopter's like, then it goes, and it freaking comes right at us. Spotlight, boom, all over us. We start running. We duck into this freaking house, and this thing is spotlight everywhere. It's getting lower. Then we hear a freaking tram drive by. You can't hear a tram till it's right on you because they're like electric, right? And they got the light shut off. We jump in this little room. Well, I thought it was a house. We open a door, get in. We sit down real quiet. We sit there for about 10 or 15 minutes. We're hearing trams drive by, helicopters up there. We're cracking the door. It's up there near my car. I drove my car because I was 17. Dumb like that. So we take a vote. We're going to go deeper. We're going to get out of here. Well, the vote was the oldest guys got to vote, had their weight held more because some of us were over 18. So we said we're going to leave. No one had a problem. Well, some of the guys wanted to keep going. They wanted to go to the Psycho House. We decided to leave. So then we just waited about half an hour in this little room. They cracked a flashlight in this room. I thought it was going to be a big house, and it was a freaking closet. It was like, whoa, that was a trip too. So last thing, we start jogging, single file, dressed in black. We get back to where we came in. We're going up the hill. We're going through the bushes. There's like a concrete, water drains. We're running up those. We get to the fire road. We're walking on the fire road, and we just got to get to my car. We're just jogging. We're getting close. We slow down because we think we made it. Helicopter's way over there. By the way, if you've never been chased by a helicopter, dude, you don't even know what it's like to be on the ground and have a spotlight looking for you. So as we're walking on the fire road, last thing that happens is right on the other side of the fence, there's houses, like rich people's houses, nice houses. And a burglar alarm went off, and this thing's going, wee, 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 wee. And I'm like, okay, guys, if someone's robbing that house right now, I said, we're all going to jail. Like, there's no way we're getting out of here. We're all dressed in black. We're 20 feet from the house that's being robbed. Like, we're busted. So we boogied a little bit faster, got to my car, shimmied under the fence, got in the car, got out of there. Then we went to eat at like Twain's or something, and we had some fun. We crashed a party, I think, later. But that is the story of going to Universal Studios. I hope that was a good story for the first episode of Story Time with Charly. Yeah, Story Time with Charly. I'm not going to say anything crazy, but hey, man. Hey, 33 years ago, I trespassed. Come get me. Anyway, it was fun. Universal Studios.